Hey guys, Anthony 4B4Ds on this video. We're going to try and keep it short. I'm going to mention a few of the pitfalls you can avoid by watching the video to avoid the pitfalls. Okay, we're going to show you this vehicle. This guy, he's been messaging me since 18th of July 2019. He's actually local to us. And then he didn't come to us to get the injector replacement. So I'll give you a bit of background, right? 18th of July 19. He's only a few Ks away. The only clients we accept into the Prado Hospital is kind of the locals, the regulars, and those that have got injector work, like specialist area work, like injector replacement work that needs to be done. So there's lots of questions from 18th of July, how much this, I've got a 2010 Hilux, 19th of July it goes on, 11th of August, 12th of August, 3rd of September. This is 19, excuse me, always I've got that allergy in the morning. It's a bit worse at the moment, the last couple of days. Could be C19, but I doubt it. Here we go. Friday, 4th of September. Heaps sending him videos for information. Guys, you've got to watch the videos to avoid this poor man pays twice situation. He went elsewhere. There's an absolute obsession, hint, hint, obsession with you've got to be careful where you go. Some places are heavy-duty four-wheel drive workshops with mud, dust and dirt and heavy-duty diffs and lockers and mud tyres. And then there's Prado or Hilux hospitals that are delicate and clean for specialist fuel system works. It's chalk and cheese. Careful where you go. Anyway, 4x4, get it? You know, it's a 4x4. It doesn't have to be covered in mud and dirt though. It can be clean. It needs to be clean to get the fuel system work done. So the messages go on, 21st of September, heaps of messages, all the warnings. I'm spending all this one-on-one time. I shouldn't even be doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. You need to ask all your questions on our Facebook pages, and if you watch the videos, the information is pre-provided for you so you don't have any questions. I do find it really annoying that I'll spend all the time to give you the information and then you see one video and you just want to start contacting, texting, asking questions. They're just going to get ignored. Parts day is Monday, so that's the first thing you need to know. Text only from 8 AM. Check our Facebook pages. Bada bing, you know what? I'm going to show you this page here to give you all the information you need. Just quickly before we get on to the problems that have arisen. See that? We don't use Messenger. There's our Facebook pages. You can pause and have a look later, right? We've got all these Facebook groups. That's where the quality's at. There's where the information's at, right? You can rewind and pause. We're not going to waste time on that. Messages go on September. April must be the next year, goes on April, more questions, 30th of July, 2nd of August, more questions, more text messages, more photos, right? You know, I'll show you, I've got a cover, I'll try and cover the name, I can't show you the name, right, you know, there it is, right, there it is, right, and you know, we've got, what do we got, we've got some photos here as well, here we go, yeah, right, so the rocker cover's leaking, right, so let me just go back, this is August, right, so this is August 2020, and he's telling me about a rocker cover leak. Now, he's gone and got the, see there's the photos, right, rocker cover leaking. He's gone and got the injectors done elsewhere. So he's got the injectors himself, but I've warned people about this. You just don't know what you're gonna get, whether you're gonna get new or not. It's not worth the risk. You could end up with Chinese copies, remanufactured, whatever. Be very careful. I don't wanna go into it too much and waste too much time. Get them off me, you'll get the best customer service in the world. You need to be patient. There is shortages because these things are very popular because people have woken up to the fact that, yes, engines need to be running right and injectors control everything about how these engines run. You know, basic sensors and filters need to be clean, and then your injectors are one of the main controls of the engine combustion. So, what's happened here? He's taken it up, you know, somewhere that's quite a few bit distance further than what we are. I don't know, I've seen him around. You think that he would have picked up that, you know, where to go. Maybe we're too dear. You get what you pay for, right? Yes, bloody, I'm expensive and I'm gonna get dearer because I'm popular and I'm good. I'm good, not cheap. You've been warned right here. This is a job you want good, not cheap, because it's gotta be right for the next about 10 years, I keep saying. Now, so what's happened here? First problem is, so there's injectors in there. We don't know how old they are. We're not going to get them out actually. He doesn't want to take the injectors out. He's going to trust that they clean the ports and the seats and use the torque wrench and all that. I don't, but he is. But we're going so far into the job, it would have only been about $300 extra in labour, including the parts, the return line and the seats. We've got to replace about $100 worth of parts, a couple $100 labour to take it past the repairs we're already doing. So what happened? He's got the injectors, he's taken up, he's obsessed, right? He's taken it up there and he's got the injectors replaced. Okay, so they gave him the vehicle back, no drama as well. You can see the valve cover oil leak is still there, right? You can see the leak here. It's a common problem that these covers are cracked or get cracked from people. Probably someone's worked on it before. We don't know how many times the pipes have been off. So anyway, try and keep the long story short. They've put the injectors in with the old fuel pipes, which is a big no-no. It's written in bold in the Toyota guidelines. When replacing the injector, you must replace the fuel pipes. That's these fuel pipes here, right? It's not just on Toyotas or whatever. Some you do, some you don't. You need to check specific information on the vehicle you're working on. I recommend it. We've showed pictures before how dirty these get, all the dirt that accumulates up here in the nozzle seal around the nut, rust and corrosion. You can see how dirty these are out here, right? So they're old original pipes. Now, what are the risks here? So by going to someone else, the risks are the port's not clean or not cleaned properly. The risks are they didn't use a torque wrench, okay? The risks with injectors are, well, you purchased them, you don't know them as well as us, so you don't know what they are that you've purchased that are going in there. The other risks are, well, you've paid all this labour and all this work and the valve cover's gone back on. Not only is it gone on still with a crack in it without any repairs or replacement, I'm guessing with all the dirt and that as it sits now, it's probably similar to, you know, whatever the case may be. Now, we've got to take the risk now. Luckily, there's not much sitting in there. It doesn't look like it's been in dust, dirt and sand. We've got to take further risk now and get these pipes off without getting anything on the injector inlets. And what's even worse about it is we're not taking the injectors out because we have a procedure normally where we can flick the fuel out from the inlet, which will push any debris outwards. And this isn't part of the job now because he wants to trust that they've cleaned the ports and done the torque right and all that. So you're doing 90% of the job again. You know, it's just, it doesn't make sense. Now that you've made the mistake of poor man pays twice, you've gone to the wrong place, you got your cheap job, so the vehicle got returned there, back and through, in and out a couple of times, and obviously he's gone, oh well, finally he'll take it to Anthony. So here we are. What's happening now, we're going to get the valve cover off. We've got another valve cover there to replace it because it's got a crack in it. With the Prados, there's a cover over the cover. You can sometimes do some repairs and the cover covers it up. It is the cheaper option, but if you want an absolute solution, a new cover, which is, they're about 300 bucks. This retail 350 bucks for this cover here. Last time I got one, they were about 300, I thought, but I could be wrong, so I'll just start saying they're about 350 now, because prices always change. They're up and down depending on availability and all that sort of thing. So there is a crack here at the front. You can see the oil there. These valve covers don't leak. The nozzle seals generally don't leak. I don't know what's sealing in it. It just doesn't matter because we're putting a new cover. Comes with the seals, the valve cover and everything. I'm about to whip that out. My point is, and now he's also opted to get the fuel pipes replaced, which is wise, okay? But the risk of the contamination, so he said about a week later when he started the car, it was like it was misfiring. So he reckons one of the injectors might have been playing up, but then it came good. So this is what I mean. There's a big question mark in the air about the job, where the dirt from the pipes, the filthy job, got into the injectors, you know, what was going on there. Now we're going to put new pipes, so the expense of the pipes is on this job. Should have been done in the first place, do you know what I mean? Where all the pipes are coming off the cover, everything's coming off. I don't know the words to describe it. It's really disappointing. I don't like to see waste. I can't stand waste, to be quite honest, right? Rather, we just do the job right the first time. I don't like doing other people's fix-up. Yeah, we'll fix it up, but I would have liked to go then. But where does it end? Because the next step is we pull the injectors out, we do our flick things so that we get the fuel out, which pushes any dirt that might have fallen in there out, which we'll be careful that it doesn't happen anyway, but that's another backup thing we do to, you know, to be even more sure that, you know, obviously a visual and also that little thing we do, I believe, helps. We can't do that. We don't know the ports are clean. But even if we did that, then there's still a question mark on the injectors because we don't know about them yet and we're not getting them out. So we can't see the serial number. We can look at the top of the injector and get some information from them. We know it's the right injector, it's the right part for the vehicle. We know that much, but we can't decipher the manufacture dates and what they are without having the injector out. So by the looks of it, they're not reman, so he got lucky there. That's the good news. Hope you understand where I'm coming from. Be really careful. I don't want to sell everybody the injectors because at the end of the day, I don't think I can get enough injectors to supply the whole of Australia, right? It's just, you know, it'd be like everything else, you know, whatever, you know. I just want to say, if you're listening, Be patient, try and get your injectors from me. I'm not saying rush in to get your injectors. There is a shortage, you know, the whole COVID situation, shortages of things, prices going up on real estate, cars and everything. The inflation's out of control because all the governments are just making up money. It's like a monopoly table and just putting money out there. So prices are going up. They're probably going to go up to stay. I don't think Toyota pricing is going to come down again, whether it's parts, new cars or whatever. I don't think real estate's going to come down again, right? You've got to understand it, guys. We're not talking economics here. I'm not good at it, but you put more money on the table for the same assets, they all become worth more because everybody's got more money, if you know what I mean, and more money's out there. Of course, all the big greedy companies, you know, they're the ones that end up with it all anyway. Poor man gets poorer, rich man gets richer and all that, and I just don't know why it needs to be like that either. But anyway, whatever. Just trying to explain the problem. I really don't know what, you know, so we don't know about the injectors, so really, should we replace injectors? They don't even look like new injectors from here. Those, you know, those, I don't know. They look dirty and old and dark. Like, this is meant to have been done, sorry, you're probably asking, about 2 months ago. April? What is it now? May, June, July? So 3 or 4 months ago, something like that, right? So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm out of here. Hopefully the warning is clear. Parts day's Monday. I'm going to put a surcharge on if you keep texting me on other days other than Monday, I think, because I'm busy trying to do stuff like this and the phone's going bing, bing, ding, 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 ding with messages. I put it out there. You need to be on those Facebook pages and groups so you understand how we work. Parts is Monday, workshop Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday spare, you know, read the post and you'll understand how it works. Friday spare or a day off. We want a day off, but it doesn't happen anyway. Anyway, I'm out of here. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the bell on. This is Poor Man Pays Twice. Just be careful with your 4x4. Don't have an obsession. And it's not about where you go. There's any of these places, workshops, that have got heaps of guys working out the back. It's hard to get the right workers at the moment. I believe the government's paying $750 a week tax-free. Everybody's at home. Nobody's working. They want to stay there. You can't get workers. Every business owner I speak to, I see, whether it's in person or on the news, they can't get workers. They can't keep workers. This is destroying the country, destroying businesses. This is not what it's about, but you know, I'm just trying to explain the situation. I'm out of here. Please thumbs up, subscribe, bell on. We're going to do another video soon. Recently I released a video with a BFE out in the wind. It was kind of, I knew it was a bit windy, that's why I called it BFE out in the wind, but when I actually watched it for the first time myself, when I released it, I went, oh no, that's terrible. But watch it anyway, because there is some information in there, and we're going to do it again. So we're going to have another BFE. There's a playlist there, how to buy my kits. I think there's a playlist called BFE and stuff like that. I'll keep talking, but I'm out of here. See you guys.